Skip here, how you doing? Happy Saturday night, and we've got her done. This was not the easiest plane in the world to build. Some of the stuff just wasn't quite right. You start with some of the stuff you saw already with the nose cone. I did some reinforcing in there. You'll see in the speed build video. But the rest of it came out pretty good. We just had a few problems, some with the wings and the screws that are supposed to go in underneath, and they're already in the wings, so don't spend all time looking for them like I did at first, and then you find out that they're in the wings already, at least. Plus the wings weren't really glued together correctly where the spars go in. Now I don't know if that was meant to be that way, and you slide it together and then you tighten these screws and it would sandwich together, but that wasn't going to work because one of the screws was actually missing on one of the wings. In fact, there wasn't anything there. When I went to feel down in there to see if there was a screw in there somewhere, I accidentally poked a tiny hole up through here, which I did kind of fix. You can't really see too well. We'll live with it. What I ended up doing was tightening up what I could in there. I've got them sitting in there pretty good. They are a real snug fit. So I just merely, instead of taping over the top of the wings or bottom of the wings or using tape at all, I simply used a little bit of foam tack glue on the underside, right in between the fuselage and the wings, and just ran a tiny little bead in there, and that will set in there. And as tight as these wings fit, they're not going to fall out anyway. But with the foam tack glue, making sure that they don't work themselves loose, I don't see any problems with this. It's a beautiful airplane. I mean, honestly, some of the stuff I think to find a little funky is their tail section back here and the way that they do that. And it is kind of a weird looking deal, with the transfer rods or swivels and stuff like that they've got. But it does work, and they don't feel all that loose. In all honesty, they really don't feel too bad, to tell you the truth. I mean, I think they're going to be just fine. Everything else is pretty good. Only thing I've got left to do, guys, is the control horns and the push rods, and I just want to be able to set that up, take my time on it, because I want to get everything just perfect, just right. But everything else is done. Reinforcement in there, I used a one of those credit cards that they send you in the mail that aren't real, but they're still hard. They're still kind of a semi-hard plastic, not quite as stiff as a real credit card, but they're still pretty good. I cut strips of that, 4 strips, and laid them across the bottom areas of this nose, and that gave it enough stiffness so now that if I grab it or have to hold it like this, I'm not going to just dent that bottom end, because there isn't a whole lot under there, guys. But other than that, I kind of like the way it came out. I'll take you for a tour here of the cockpit, and I'll show you what I did with my radio and the receiver and stuff in here, and how I put this in here. So we've got a 3700 4-cell Admiral battery in here right now. Only because that was handy, and I wanted it to be able to set it up and make sure it was going to accommodate a 4-cell if I wanted to. Plane is supposed to fly on 3 cells. I'll probably maiden it that way, but I have seen it fly on 4. It's got the ESCs to handle it, and I've already fired it up. It doesn't seem to be a problem. It might just be a little heavy for this, so I may have to add a little tail weight to it, but we haven't checked the CG and stuff yet. But everything else I think is about ready to go here. And let me fire it up and let you guys take a look. Hold on. Turn on our radio here. It's a pretty plane, but it took a while to do, just to get it right. I did set my throttle kill on this thing so that we don't have any accidents. I know they're not big, but they're still sharp. And I'm trying to think of some of the other things that I had to do on this that just wasn't right. Some of the stuff I pointed out right away, and you'll see some of the stuff in the speed build where I spent a lot of extra time doing some things, and you'll see why. Just slow it down if you need to pause it and take a look and see what I'm doing. that can work for you. The video was filmed at a frame rate of about 1 shot every second, so you should be able to catch whatever I'm doing at any given time throughout the video. If you need to see something that I'm doing or something that I was addressing, then that would be the case. In the meantime, let me look at this real quick. I knew there were a couple other things. Doors I had to make a couple of adjustments to. They didn't close tight enough, or they weren't quite right, or they were too tight, and it made the servos scream. But the front wheel here, this thing here, you want to tighten that up, because that, well, just fell right off, and the wheel would have just come right off with that too. Let's see. One of the spinners, you may have noticed when I was building the thing that I had to use a pair of pliers on it. Well, the shaft on one of the motors is longer than the other one, but they only go so deep in the spinner. And I turned on there, I'm like, okay, well, I could drill down in there, but it wasn't really so much that. There was, when they put the lock nut in there, and there is metal in these spinners, so you don't have to replace them all the time like they say. They will be a good permanent spinner, but it only goes so deep, and the shaft was a little bit longer. And rather than cut that, I just ran it in a little bit and cleaned up the threads in there so I could get it on there all the way. One goes on a little bit tighter than the other, and yeah, that's just the way it's going to go. But counter rotating props here, guys, and it's pretty nice plane here. Right now we've got elevator going, but like I say, I got to hook up all the other servos. Everything else works, and we'll show you the engines here, motors. I don't know why that did that. I really don't. I reset this thing, and I did the throttle calibration, the whole 9 yards. But for some reason right now, it just did something weird. So let's bind it up again. Maybe I was a little too close to the plane. But hey, you know, always something funny, always something different. This stuff here, it doesn't hurt anything, so it's more embarrassing than anything, guys. You know me. Whatever. It happens. More often with some than others. But let me get this stuff straightened up here again. I'm usually better off without this stuff up here when I run the motors. I think I caught this stuff with it last time too. It just sucks up real easy. But yeah, we got everything going here. Let's see if this behaves a little bit better this time. I'll bind it from a distance. I think you're supposed to bind them anyway with a few feet away. Yeah, I was a little surprised on that one. It was not fun. In fact, you know what? Let's just get this out of the way so we don't have that problem again. Not even by accident, right? Better safe than sorry. To be on the safe side, I'll probably run it through a throttle calibration stuff again, and we'll test the heck out of this just to make sure things are already up and up. Okay, my throttle kill works, and this should be okay now. Alright, we do have something out of calibration because I kill the throttle and it goes wide open. So we got a little work to do and figure out the deal with this, guys. This is a first for me. I don't know what the hell's going on, but we'll figure it out. We'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Beautiful plane. I'm going to have to figure out what the heck's going on with that, though, because that is definitely not right. And the brakes came on. See, now the brakes are on, so this is weird. Throttle calibration, ESC calibration. I'm probably going to have to go through the book and find out exactly what's up with this. But anyway, nice amount of oil. Once I get this ironed out, and we don't want that happening in the air, that's for sure. Or when I'm going to try and land and it just decides it's going to fly away. Not cool. Not cool. But nice looking plane. We'll figure it out, and I'll talk to you guys soon. See you at the field. Have a nice winter. Have a Merry Christmas if I don't see you guys soon. And hope Santa's good to you. He's been very good to me this year, and I'm appreciative. I appreciate it. And thank you guys too. I appreciate all the views, all the comments, and oh, I know what I want to do here. A little vote for my viewers, because we're getting rid of the pancito. Pancito. Oh, put Cheetos in the pan and eat them. Oh God, I can't believe the guy says stuff like that. Put pancito here is coming off of there, but we're going to put one of the pinup gals on here. And I think you guys should take a vote here. I'll put whatever you guys recommend the most. The redhead already went on the big Mustang, the 1700mm Mustang. But I figure this one maybe for this. I was going to put this one on the Corsair, but we'll have to see. Or I'll just get some other ones. But these stickers gotta go. Pancito. Thanks for watching, guys.